towards is trying to beat an academical Canadian, which is a big thing.
Took the shot, the horn goes, another player catches it, dribbles to the basket. I thought Bill was waving it down. There was a fucking horn over here. I heard she had like a second or two on the play.
Welcome back to continued coverage of the Hall of Fame Cup here from the Powerplex, St. John's, Newfoundland. My name is Theo Sonoyev. I'd be glad to bring you this wonderful game about to happen here between the O'Donnell Patriots and the Gonzaga Vikings. First game of the second day of action for the men's side of the tournament. Both of these teams have a lot of firepower coming into this matchup. We'll be able to see that in full action here from Parsons Court number 3. Do reach out on Twitter, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Find me on Twitter. That's my Twitter handle, @TheoSonoyev. I'd be glad to bring you any shout-outs and tweets that you may have, any support for your team or your favorite player. Do be sure to reach out on the broadcast. Both of these teams now several attempts from three-point land already. Ball now goes inside. 23, Peter Moyes. Back outside for the Vikings, that was number 10, Jared Butt. But back the other way are the Patriots. They're a nice runner attempt by Ryan Butt. Nick Luther for the Vikings manages to secure points on the board first for either team. Cameron Tobin finds Mark Rice in the corner. These two have been the staple of this O'Donnell team now for some time, as well from the younger age groups. Both of these teams now having to pause for a moment as we have referees convening with the scorers table. As there is some technical difficulty happening. Take this time to let everyone know that 5TV1 is proud to present this live stream broadcast of the 2017 Hall of Fame Cup from the Powerplex Sports Center in St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador. 5TV1 brought to you by Bell Alliance. So with just a minute gone by, now the Gonzaga team on the board first. O'Donnell looking to get on the board themselves. Turnover going for number 16, Cameron Tobin. The Vikings go high-low between number 3, Jacob Marshall and Moyes. That wasn't able to go, but the Vikings force a turnover. On the O'Donnell Patriots. They'll have an opportunity now to get their second basket up the game. Fall away shot there by Nick Luther. Wasn't able to go. Develop brings that ball up now. Rice His pass deflected. Here's Luther going up against a much taller Tobin, but unsuccessful as Tobin earns his first block of the game. Marshall up to Butt. Ball being swung back to Luther. Here's Marshall again. Luther, a deep three. And such an impressive box out by Tobin that the ball actually hit the floor. You don't see that too often. Double team in the corner against number 15, Mark Rice, and the Vikings force the turnover. Simon forward, however, of the Vikings traveling. And an intense matchup thus far, but only 2 points between both teams scored yet. 7.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. That's Peter Moyes with the steal, but unable to control his body and gets charged with the offensive foul. Ryan Butt operating on the top, Mark Rice in the corner to Davila. Alex Davila's first three-pointer of the matchup. Just 3 minutes gone by. Now both teams on the board. Jacob Marshall in the corner to Moyes. Luther with the ball. And Luther getting charged with the offensive foul as he tried to gain some separation between the tightly contested defense provided by Alex Davila. Not to the liking of the referee. Vikings will go on defense now as they continue a full court 2-2-1 zone, looking to trap in the corners. The Patriots fall into the trap, but are able to come away unscathed. Davila keeps that ball alive, but Luther steals it and goes up against Davila and is fouled. He'll earn himself a trip to the free throw line. High stakes on the line now for both of these teams, as the winner will move into the semifinals happening later this evening at 6:15. The loser of this matchup will go into the consolation round, which is happening at 3:15. All of which provided to you on TV1 on the webcast. This game tied up at 3 apiece. And a scramble for the ball. Mark Rice throwing it off the leg. Jacob Marshall. 9 seconds left to shoot as motioned by the referee. High defensive matchup, high profile defensive matchup between the two of these teams. Not a lot of points scored yet as they look to settle into this matchup. But Ryan Butt seems to be settled in himself. Second three-pointer on several possessions for the O'Donnell squad. There, Ryan Butt receives a foul from number 10, Jarrett Butt. Ryan Butt now, pass stolen by Jarrett Butt. And the Vikings are back coming down the other way. Here's Luther off the Butt on the top from Marshall. And Marshall absorbing the contact and altering his shot. Good control by him. as the Patriots now look to move that ball up past the press. Ball on the floor. Tobin again throwing a good tactic by the Patriots after being doubled several times so far in this matchup. Throwing the ball off the legs of the defenders. An opportunity to continue their offensive possession with an inbound pass. Substitution for the Patriots at this time. Number 3, Matt James checking into the matchup. Tobin for 3. But the Vikings come away with it. Here now is Marshall. Marshall's pass disrupted. And into the game is James. Instant bench productivity for Matt James and his squad. And the shot of Moise blocked by Tobin. On the other end, Moise comes away with the rebound, tallest player on the floor. The pace intensifying now. Here's James. Talk about bench productivity. Back-to-back fast break layups for number 3, Matt James. And his bench is fired up. His team is fired up, and they have the early 5-point lead, 10-5, in the opening moments of this game. At this time, let everyone know that you can join TV1's Scott Squires as he chats with Cyril Looney on CTV's Sideline Scoop each Monday at 8:40 a.m. Atlantic, 9:10 a.m. Newfoundland time. Get up to date on Bell Alliance 5 TV1's local sports coverage with Scott and Cyril. That's the Sideline Scoop, Mondays on CTV Morning Atlantic. There we have a great shot of a fired up O'Donnell squad who has the early lead on the Vikings. Substitutes in for the Vikings now. Dimitrov underneath the rim. Almost gets it to go. But the pass disrupted by the Patriots. And there, Matt James who's given and injected life into this O'Donnell squad. Draws the foul on the Viking defender. And now, that's going to be, with that foul, the Vikings are going to enter into the penalty with just a shade under 4 minutes left to go in the matchup. It could prove to be a costly situation for them, as all fouls from here on out in the rest of this quarter will result in free throws for the Patriots. James at the line, however, goes 1 of 2. He's been incredible off the bench. 5 points. His individual point total equaling that of the entire Gonzaga squad. And the Patriots seem to have a good control on this matchup thus far. And a wild pass almost destroying the monitor here on the of my desk. Nevertheless, caught by some of the fans in the vicinity. Vikings now looking to capitalize, as it's been quite an amount of time since they've scored. Dimitrov's efforts will go in vain, unable to secure that rebound. The full court pressure continues.
Sorry.
No, correction. Vikings will retain possession of the basketball. will retain possession of the basketball, and I believe they'll have a shortened amount of time on the clock. Ball outside, that's number 9, Hunter Ryan. But the Patriots corral the rebound. Now, ball back to Alex Davila. And O'Donnell Patriots have the Vikings exactly where they want them now. Building on this lead, the score, the difference is 9. Dimitrov going up against the crowd. Martin Dimitrov is going to earn himself a trip to the free throw line. Looking to stop the scoring run of the of the Patriots. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Dimitrov nothing but the bottom of the net on his first free throw attempt. Dimitrov just short on the second. Three-point attempt there by Cameron Tobin, not finding the rim. The Vikings are going to come the other way. That was number 10, Jared Butt. But the Patriots grab the rebound. They're coming back strong the other way now. Here's Calvin Luau. And a good offensive patience and rotation of the basketball by O'Donnell results in a very long two-pointer for Chris O'Halloran. Would have been a three-pointer had his foot not narrowly touched the line. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Kent Thornhill now with the basketball. Passes it to Dimitrov, who spins. And that shot blocking attempt by Cameron Tobin does result in a foul going against Dimitrov, and he'll earn himself his second trip of the free throw line. So good bench productivity for the Vikings by the substitute, Martin Dimitrov. Dimitrov good at the line thus far. This is the second, but Hunter Ryan picks up the rebound. Kent Thornhill for three. Skying for the rebound there, number 7, Michael Huffman. Good ball movement again by the Patriots, but it's stolen by Jared Butt, and Butt, whose shot was disrupted by Davila. Vikings fall back into a 2-3 zone. And a double team going on against Tobin. And a jump ball will go in favor of the Vikings on the possession arrow. So it's going to be Viking ball. Minute and 30 seconds exactly left in the first quarter. Luther now with the ball. Ken Thornhill, tightly contested by Mark Rice. Correction, Cameron Tobin. Here now, Luther with the speed advantage, sidestepping jumper, tough shot. Isn't able to get it to go. A foul on the floor, not sure. It's going to go against the Patriots. Ken Thornhill and his Vikings looking to get the ball in. And another foul going against the Patriots. That foul this time going against number 13, Brandon Power. So the pass will be inbounded. No, correction. The Patriots have now fallen into the penalty as well. So both teams in the penalty, all fouls now from now on for the remaining minute and 4 seconds will be resulting in free throws. Dimitrov misses both. Davila finds a wide open Matt Janes, and Matt Janes has been the story of this first quarter, coming off of the bench, and 7 quick points already, equaling the total of the Vikings. Here now is Thornhill going up against a multitude of Patriot players. Vikings managed to regain possession of the basketball, unable to convert it into points. Back the other way now with just 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Davila-Janes connection continues to be strong, but Janes there traveling on the play. Vikings now will have the last shot if they choose so. Hunter Ryan going up against Huffman. Luther, 10 seconds to shoot. Luther dribbling, looking to go one-on-one. Ken Thornhill with the beautiful pump fake. That great pump fake was nullified as Thornhill stepped out of bounds. 1.8 seconds left to go, and Davila wisely holds on to the basketball and concludes a very impressive first quarter for the Patriots. At the break here now, 18-7 is your score. Do stick with us here on TV1 as we continue live coverage of the Hall of Fame Cup here from Parsons Court, number 3.
I got one for it. Is she? Okay.
And we're back. O'Donnell High School versus the Gonzaga Vikings, and it was a very impressive quarter by the Patriots to start this game off here at the Powerplex. Big stakes on the line for these two teams. The winner of this matchup will move into the semifinal later this afternoon. In fact, at 6:15. Loser of this matchup will move into the consolation round. So the intensity quite high for both of these teams as Gonzaga looks to get some points on the board. Luther for 3, a deep 3, but the overall defensive efforts of the Patriots proved to be the victor on that particular possession. 2-3 zone continues by the Vikings. There was Janes skied in for the rebound. Wasn't able to convert the putback layup. Just a minute gone by here in the second quarter. And there, out of control, number 5, John Taylor, who rounded the corner on his defender but stepped into several Patriot players. That turnover is going to lead to Patriot possession. Vikings still playing good defense, just can't put points on the board to keep up with the Patriots. But here now they have another opportunity. Here's Luther, and Luther again just denied at the rim. Dimitrov as well. And Dimitrov putting everything on the floor for his Vikings. But his cause unsuccessful. But with the drive, loses the ball, but somehow Brandon Power is able to pick it up. And his team now is up by 13 points. Vikings still looking to get on the board here in the first quarter, in the second quarter. Scored 7 in the first frame, but just can't get the ball to go through the hoop. Seems as if there could be a lid, an invisible lid across it. They've had a lot of balls hanging around the rim or rolling out. It's going to take an increased amount of focus and concentration for them to get back into this game, as the Patriots seem to be surging and putting the pressure on offensively. Luther with the jump shot, another shot going off of the rim, and despite the effort of the Vikings, they'll need to keep that going, because despite it, the score still hasn't changed for them. Stuck at 7 points. Full court pressure now will continue. They look to contribute to the trap, and James lost his footing. Number 15, Mark Rice with the jump shot. So both teams now in a bit of a lull. 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and that shot by Hunter Ryan misses. He'll do a pump fake, and it had great intentions in mind, but shuffled his feet upon his explosion toward the rim. That pass deflected by Peter Moyes, but the Patriots hold on to the ball. Very tough shot there for Michael Huffman, going up against 2 Gonzaga defenders. Vikings coming back the other way, and just yet again, the theme of this second quarter, hoping to do something here on offense. The Vikings finally get that ball to go in after 3 or 4 consecutive tries on that single possession. And perhaps that's exactly what they'll need. That's perhaps the recipe, the ingredient on the recipe to get their scoring back in action. At this time, visit bellalliant.ca/TV1 for the TV1 live webcast schedule and on-demand content. You'll also get information on TV1 live events available only to Bell Alliant 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401. 5 TV1 brought to you by Bell Alliant. So the Vikings finally get on the board in this second quarter, sitting at the 6-minute and 26-second mark. Patriots also now looking to continue their good offensive first quarter. And with that, there you go. Perhaps it was the missing ingredient, seeing that ball go through the rim, as the Vikings on back-to-back possessions now have had that ball bounce around the rim and bounce in. Number 7, Simon forward for the Vikings with his chance of completing a 3-point possession now and cutting back into this lead that the Patriots have accumulated. Double team in the corner, and the Vikings have been resorting to this trap-like defense. But pass into the corner, almost deflected to Villa, out to Rice, and Rice was fired up, ladies and gentlemen, securing that 3-point shot, nothing but the bottom of the net. He felt confident as soon as that ball left his hands. And a foul against the Patriots, but it'll be on the floor. Vikings will have possession on the baseline. And almost getting the 5-second violation were the Patriots. But the Vikings now convert on several possessions in a row, and their defensive machinery seems to be working well now and producing results. A deflection there, almost coming back the other way, but the Patriots will hold on to the ball. Patriots maintain possession through the deflection. And there, Ryan Butt piggybacks off of Mark Rice's 3-pointer, and that's back-to-back 3-pointers for the Patriots. Head coach Scott Knoftel, as he looks on. Hunter Rice now on the other end. Strong play for him. Absorbs the contact and finishes through it. Those 2 points will count as the Vikings now begin to trade baskets with the Patriots. We've seen an uptick in scoring in the past several minutes. 5 minutes exactly left in the second quarter. And if they make this free throw, perhaps they would have gone into a full court press, but we'll never know, as Gonzaga manages to grab the offensive rebound and turn what could have been a 3-point possession into a 4-point swing. And now the Vikings converting off of turnovers, effectively a 6-point swing for them as they've seriously cut back into this lead. Here now the long outstretched arms of Moise altered the shot of number 8, Nick Kelly, and he in the process traveled. So another defensive stop for the Vikings, who despite a slow quarter of scoring in the first have surged back in a big way here in the second. They've scored 13 points, 12 points in fact, since the beginning of this quarter. 5 more than they did in the entire first. That 3-point shot by number 9, Ryan, was short. It looked good to have a good line, just not enough power. The Patriots looking to weather the storm and get past this full court defense. It seems once they do break the press, they have a great chance of hitting shots themselves. Case in point, Alex Davila stepping up to the plate, hitting his second 3-pointer of the matchup thus far this morning. As we see potential for a high-paced finish of this second quarter, it's certainly proving to be so thus far. The Gonzaga Vikings, Nick Luther, at the line now. conversation between head coach of the Patriots, the referee, is delaying the game, but they have concluded and we are back now. At this time, watch the new episode of 5TV1's Champions Untold as host Raisa Lalani talks with well-known ice technician John Wall of Wall to Wall Ice. From China to Atlantic Canada, John has made ice all over the world. Hear his story on Champions Untold. 5TV1 brought to you by Bell Alliant. That shot missed by Luther, but converts on the second. Makes this one a 9-point game. Patriots still holding on to a solid lead. They look to attack the Vikings defense, but picking that pass off was Butt. Great diving save by number 14, Nick Reed. And a substitute now for the Vikings. Coming in, number 3, that's Jacob Marshall. It's a 3-possession game between the Vikings and the Patriots. Luther at the 3-point line was very fast and able to round the corner on his defender, but in that process traveled. So the Patriots catch a break, now with an opportunity to put this lead back up into double digits as they manage the full court 2-2-1 trap of the Vikings. And that shot of Nick Reed blocked by the tallest player on the floor, number 23, Peter Moyes. He's a tough matchup for anyone with an incredible wingspan and great height. They come back the other way, the Vikings. Finding a wide open Jared Butt in the corner. His shot was off. But Simon Forward attacking the rim and will be fouled. And that foul will be the 15th foul of the Patriots, and they'll be now in the penalty. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Simon Forward will be at the line, hoping to convert some of these free throws. His team needs the points. They want to cut into this 9-point lead. He's good on the second. Full court pressure continues. And a pass thrown away by Davila. Vikings now get another opportunity. Here's Luther for 3, and Luther capitalizes on the Patriot turnover. And much to the dismay of Scott Knoftel, head coach of the Patriots, he'll want to talk things over. And as that happens, take this time to let everyone know that you can watch Inside the AUS for a weekly look at the players, coaches, and administrators that make Atlantic University Sport the ultimate student-athlete experience. Inside the AUS is available on demand to Bell Alliant 5 TV customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401, as well as online at bellalliant.ca/TV1. 5TV1 brought to you by Bell Alliant. So Gonzaga Vikings now have had a very impressive second quarter, turning the tide and flipping the script on the Patriots, who outscored the Vikings in the first quarter 18-7. Since then, Donel's only scored 11 points, whereas the Vikings have scored 15. Correction, 17. Here now, Mark Rice, his team, looking to attack this defense of the Vikings. And And the Vikings, who baited Cameron Tobin into a double team, bail him out with a foul. Tobin now at the line. Will look to build on this lead. He's good on his first. And good on the second. Here now Butt going and finding Moise. But Moise's shot just a little bit too high on the backboard. Here now Rice. His shot is blocked by Moise. And the Vikings come away with it. Here now Luther going to continue his good morning of scoring. Luther, good, well checked by Davila. And the Patriots now playing good defense, but a travel going against number 4, Nick Luther. Substitute now checking in for the Vikings. Into the game, number 5, John Taylor. And the Patriots turn the ball over. The ball in the hands now of Marshall. They put it into Moise. Give and go action. Great unselfish play overall on that particular possession of the Vikings. And it's going to turn into an opportunity at the free throw line for number 7, Simon Forward, who's been there several times already in this second quarter. Forward at the line is good on the first. This lead now 6. Make that 5 for the Patriots. The Patriots managing well despite the surge of the Vikings, still managing this this full court pressure quite well. They still retain the lead. Here now is James, but blocked by Moise. And though it seemed like a very clean block for Moise and his Vikings, referee calling that, and I believe it was a push with that offhand. So some discipline and some focus for the Viking players might be required on further defensive possessions. At the line, Mark Janes looking to increase the lead of his Patriots, goes 1 of 2. Vikings now attack, and a good offensive rebound by Moise. But a little bit rushed on that shot attempt. Here now Davila for the Patriots. They work the ball around, but a travel going against Janes. And a substitution now for the Vikings. Martin Dimitrov back into the game. Dimitrov in the center, but he's fouled by number 16. I believe Mark Tobin, perhaps number 15, Mark Rice. 2 free throws in any case going for Dimitrov. And just 35 seconds left here in the second quarter. Martin Dimitrov goes good on the second. The Patriots almost come away with that, with a good break, but they turn the ball over. Here now is Marshall for three. His shot's picked up by Butt. The ball, the pass between Butt and Dimitrov is disrupted, and they'll have 18 seconds now, the Patriots, to score, beat the halftime buzzer beater, beat the halftime buzzer. Davila now with the ball. His Patriots got to get the ball over. They do so just in the nick of time. They find a wide open Kyle Anderson, whose shot is blocked by forward. 5.2 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Patriots are going to have to hurry. And they get the ball in the hands of Tobin, who opts to dribble and is unable to get that ball to go. In any case, that concludes the first half of action between the O'Donnell High School Patriots and the Gonzaga High School Vikings. Patriots at this time with the lead, 32 points to 27 for the Gonzaga Vikings. Do stick with us here on the broadcast. We'll be back in just a matter of minutes, in fact, less than 5. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Joining me is Dalhousie swimmer Phoebe Lenderue. And Phoebe, first of all, before we talk about your swimming and what's going on now, let's take a walk down memory lane back to when you were a kid. Where were you born? Like, where'd you grow up?
I was born in the north of England in a town called Ponteland, which is just outside of Newcastle. Started swimming when I was like 7 years old, and it's just taken off from there, really.
Now, when the first thing that comes to mind when I think of England and the UK isn't necessarily swimming. That doesn't mean that that's not the way it should be, but were you surrounded by other swimmers? Like, what was your kind of motivation? Who got you interested? How did you get into swimming?
So I went on a trip actually around the world when I was young, just when I was 7 years old, went traveling, and I just was always under the water racing my dad, so he just was like, we got to get this girl in the pool, and I've always had pretty big shoulders, so it just sort of fit.
Do you remember the first time you actually beat your dad in a race? When was
Yeah,
it?
he was looking at my brother. He was older than me, and then he said I was just shooting by like a little fish next to him.
Now, a lot of kids, you mentioned being under the water, you know, going to the beach, whatever, they enjoy the water. But for you, when did you realize that kind of love of being in the water and being comfortable around it was going to turn into something more?
When I was like actually as young as 10 years old, my coach he had like a feeder club, so he took me on to a bigger club he was also a head coach of, and then I started competing at a national level as of the age of 10, and just kind of got into the like England talent schemes and the British swimming like junior development teams, and just kind of loved it ever since I was 10 years old. Yeah.
What's the first race that you remember winning in terms of, that was really important to you, that was like, okay, you know what, I'm good at this?
When I was 12, I won my first national gold medal. That was when I was like, God, I'm actually pretty good. So it's been a rocky road since then, but I definitely, when I was 12 years old, was when I was happiest.
All right, let's fast forward a little bit. How did you end up leaving the UK, leaving England, and coming to Canada, and of course ending up in Dalhousie?
So as I said, it was a rocky road. It was up and down. I went to boarding school for a while and met a friend who lives in Dartmouth, actually just across the sea, like just across the bridge, sorry, and just came to visit her for a 3-week holiday, and she ended up asking me if I wanted to stay for 4 months, and I said, okay, 4 months is fine, and then a few more weeks is fine, and then it just kind of took off from there.
I know last year we had the AUS Swimming Championships, of course, on TV1. Going to have them again this year. By the time this airs, they will have already been taking place. But I remember watching you last year, and it was unbelievable the speed that you have in the water. You're almost like a torpedo.
Oh, thanks.
How much training, how much practice goes into what you see on race day?
Swimmers, I think, train definitely the most. We're always up at the crack of dawn. We do 9 swimming a week and 2 weight training sessions a week. So it's a lot of hours. It's like 20 to 25 hours a week, I'd say.
Now, I know in swimming, of course, there's relays where you can be a part of a team, but for the most part, it's an individual sport. Yeah. How hard is it to be able to focus on the training and to be able to be disciplined when it's kind of just you, yourself, and you, and you're not really part of a team?
Well, I definitely couldn't do the training alone. So showing up to practice, doing the main sets with your team is absolutely makes it doable to start with. And some practices you have to do by yourself because of class schedule, and it's almost impossible to hit those heart rates and those pace times that you want to hit. So as much as it is an individual sport, I think it's very much a team sport at a university level for sure.
Now, of course, when you see swimmers, you see them on race day, you see them in the water and, up on the block getting ready to start. But what might be something about a swimmer's life in terms of preparation and days away from the pool that you would like people to know that maybe they don't know about what it's like, the preparation that goes into it, what you have to do in terms of whether it's your diet or weight training or whatever?
There's just a lot of sacrifices. So I guess we train early on Saturday mornings. We train Friday nights. There's just got to discipline your social life a bit. But the good thing is that most of my close friends are swimmers, so we kind of do it all together. There's a lot of big team dynamic. We go to meal hall together. We hang out together. We support each other in that sense. But yeah, we do make a lot of sacrifices, and the nutrition obviously is a big thing in all sports.
Welcome back to the third quarter of action here between the O'Donnell High School Patriots and the Gonzaga Vikings. These two teams put off a great first half of action. Had some ups and downs for both of these teams, but the Vikings start off strong in a nice post move for Peter Moyes. My name's Theo Sonoy, bringing you the broadcast here from Parsons Court number 3 at the Powerplex of the Hall of Fame Cup. I'll be on Twitter all day long. It'll come up in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen periodically. Do reach out on Twitter if you have any shout-outs or any comments you'd like to have and share. I'd be more than happy to bring them here on the broadcast for you. Both of these teams vying for a berth in the semifinal of the Hall of Fame Cup. The winner of this matchup does move into the semifinal later this evening. There'll be lots of high-stake matchup for both of these teams. High intensity as we've seen throughout this matchup thus far. Here now in the third quarter, the Vikings got on the board first. Patriots haven't scored yet. Only a minute and 10 seconds gone by, however. Full court pressure did continue by the Vikings, which they had in the first half. Good offensive effort by the O'Donnell Patriots as well, proving to be very difficult for the Vikings. Here now are the Vikings. Oh, and a wonderful fake for number 4, Luther. But traveled. A move that certainly could have passed in the NBA, but not here at the field house as it was too many steps. Back the other way are the Patriots. That's number 2, Ryan Butt. And Butt very quick off the dribble, able to grab the foul there on number 23, Peter Moyes. Mark Rice almost lost the ball. Alex Davila picked it up, but a big block on Peter Moyes. Jared Butt now coming back the other way, and his shot was blocked from behind. And tempers flaring between these two teams as the intensity is high on the shot blocking attempt. The two players landing upon one another. So we'll look for these players to gather their sportsmanlike conduct, get this game back underway. 32-29 is the point total thus far. Ball stolen by Alex Luther and the Vikings And Luther manages to bring that ball up from his hip. And brings this game to within 1. But going directly at Moise. But there to pick up the slack, number 14, Nick Reed. And the Patriots are on the board here in the second half. Ball inside now to Moise. And Moise fading a bit on his shot and missing the rim afterward. Zone defense continuing by the Vikings. But the O'Donnell Patriots very calm and reserved, able to meticulously attack the seams of the Gonzaga Vikings defense. 36-31 here in the opening minutes of the third quarter. Luther going up against Davila, a great one-on-one guard matchup, and Davila with the box out. And a foul in the open court going against number 4, Nick Luther. Substitutes in for the Vikings as well as the Patriots. Pass almost stolen by the Vikings, but here's Mark Rice. Back the other way. Number 10, Jared Budd of the Vikings, but loses the ball in his driving attempt. 3.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. And a double team in the open court by the Vikings results in a errant pass between the Patriot teammates. It's going to turn into a possession for the Vikings as a substitute checks in for Gonzaga, number 9, Hunter Ryan. 36-31 remains the score. Ball being swung around. Hunter Ryan with a good jab fake. His driving attempt will be rewarded now with the trip to the free throw line. Patriots have been leading throughout the better part of this matchup. Gonzaga Vikings at one point down by almost 15 points and have slowly but surely chipped away at this lead now. And they find themselves just 4 points behind. Vikings managed to get possession of the basketball again. Thornhill out to Butt over to Ryan. Ryan thought about the three, and he's been driving quite aggressively. And number 9, Kelvin Luau. And sometimes the best way to do it is just to try and get to the rim and get your high offensive percentage shots to go. And hope for a foul, and that's been the strategy so far in this quarter since checking in for Hunter Ryan. He's only gone 2 of 4 on his past 2 trips from the line, but his team now finds themselves just 1 possession away, a position they haven't been in since the early part of the first quarter. The Patriots now looking to go up against this zone defense, are again attacking the seams and moving the ball quite well. Sign of a well-coached and a good disciplined team. James' shot a little bit wide. Thornhill with the rebound. Back the other way come the Vikings. And now Butt. Pass to Thornhill. That ball up now to Taylor. Taylor, who's tightly contested by James. Vikings got to go for it, and feeling it was Hunter Ryan. But Dimitrov underneath the rim, unable to get it up and over Luau. Patriots swing the ball around the corner. Comes back up now, Luau with the ball. Davila, who's hit a couple threes in this matchup, establishes himself as a bona fide three-point shooter here in this matchup. But Kent Thornhill not to be outdone with the immediate response. These two teams now trading baskets in a very exciting matchup. You can hear the crowd enjoying the matchup thus far as Dimitrov with the block against number 16, Tobin. Here now we have the substitution checking back in for the Vikings. That's number 4, Nick Luther. And that foul committed by Dimitrov will be his team's 15th foul of the quarter. And that signifies a bonus situation for O'Donnell. With 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the matchup, they'll have that on their side, but unable to hit either free throw there. It's Mark Rice. He'll look to improve his defensive play to make up for that. Hunter Ryan attacking him directly, and Ryan is fired up. Tell these young men definitely want this win on both sides. Hunter Ryan playing inspired basketball. Offensively attacking the rim and earning trips to the free throw line. Defensively forcing jump ball situations. On the jump ball, the Vikings will earn possession. And this game is all but tied up, just 1 point in the difference. The second half has been mainly the Vikings and their incredible surge back into this game. Now, the O'Donnell Patriots calling the timeout. They'll have a chance to gather themselves, perhaps tweak some of their game plan, and get everyone on the same page as they look to ward off the Gonzaga Vikings. At this time, you can join host Scott Squires for the East Coast Sports Show on 5 TV1 and get up to date on what's happening across the TV1 sports landscape. The East Coast Sports Show is available on demand to Bell Line 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401, as well as online at bellline.ca/TV1. 5 TV1 brought to you by Bell Alliance. And now the Vikings with a chance to take back the lead. Hunter Ryan with the shot. Looking to get his jimmy on, but wasn't able to do so. Full court, intense 2-3 zone happening here for the Vikings, and they force a turnover. Here comes Luther, and gets called with the travel, but from our vantage point, certainly looked very clean. Despite that, the Patriots will retain possession of the basketball, will acquire possession of the basketball, and the Viking full court press will continue. The full court press amounts into a turnover. Here now is Luther going up against Davila, takes him into the post, fading away, kissing it off the glass. An advanced offensive move there by Luther, fading away and using the backboard to his pleasure. Patriots now looking to take back the lead. Now the Vikings securing the rebound. They'll come back the other way. Here's Taylor. Ryan with the offensive push-off. With that foul against number 9, Ryan. His team will have to go back on defense as the Patriots have some substitutions checking back in. The likes of Huffman and Butt have been quite impressive on offense as they get the ball over, but a turnover in the open court. The Vikings now will have a chance to get back and continue this lead. Dimitrov with the rebound brings the ball over to Luther, and Luther's attack will not be good enough. But a foul afterwards going against Dimitrov on the rebound. Seems as if number 14, Nick Reed, will take a trip to the line on the penalty. Shoot 2 free throws for his squad. Two minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the third quarter here on Hall of Fame Cup basketball, provided to you on TV1. Take this time to read some of our corporal sponsors here of the Hall of Fame Cup. The NLBA would like to thank Universal Corporate Wear and Retail, as well as Newfoundland Basketball Association of Officials, as well as Spalding for supplying the wonderful TF1000 basketballs that these basketball games require to use. In any case, it proved to be an unsuccessful trip at the free throw line. Here's Thornhill for 3, who already hit a three-pointer in this matchup. Taylor attacking the rim, and Taylor's shot bouncing around the rim and finding its way to the bottom of the hoop. Gonzaga Vikings now have proven that this full court defense can be quite lucrative as they force a travel against Michael Huffman and his Patriots. Minute and 43 seconds left. And the Vikings now looking to attack the Patriots defense. Luther with the attack, but now a foul going against, I believe it's number 14, Nick Reed of the Patriots. And the Vikings will have possession on the baseline unless that foul puts the Patriots into the penalty. And the referee convened with the scorers table to verify that particular claim. And it turns out it's not yet the case, so the ball will be on the floor for the Vikings. And a running hook shot there by number 3, Jacob Marshall, unable to go, but Thornhill picks off the wide open pass, but his pass to his teammate, number 4, Nick Luther, a little bit too far ahead of him. So the Patriots now forcing that turnover as they've been having to deal with this full court pressure of the Vikings throughout the matchup. They've weathered the storm quite well, but now looking to put on their own counterattack, as it's been quite an amount of time since they've scored a basket. And leaking out there, Nick Luther of the Vikings, converting on a good defensive possession by his team. Full court pressure still continuing. The Patriots entering into their half-court offense quite late in the shot clock, and it's resulting in some rushed offense. Gonna need a lot of focus here. And there with the focus is number 7, Michael Huffman, going up over the outstretched arms of Kent Thornhill. His team's finally producing again in the offensive column. Thornhill forces up the shot. Great defensive effort by Brandon Power. And Dimitrov on the offensive rebound banks that baby home, and his team now is up by 5 as they steal the basketball. And a charge going against Marshall. It's number 7. Michael Huffman stepped in just the nick of time. And it happened to be good enough to earn the charge call. And now just 8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Patriots are gonna have to hurry, and they almost find a wide open Nick Reed underneath the hoop. Just 3.1 seconds left. The Patriots now gonna have a chance for the final shot of the quarter. Can they beat the quarter buzzer beater? A buzzer, and Huffman unable to do so as Martin Dimitrov manages to secure that rebound. And with that, the Vikings have surged back in this third quarter by way of their impressive defense in the full court and forcing turnovers on the Patriots in the half court. On the other side, the Patriots were able to weather the storm, and now, saved by the bell of the third quarter buzzer, they'll have a chance to gather themselves, collect their efforts, and all start forward on their fourth quarter campaign as they try and take back the lead here at the Hall of Fame Cup. The winner of this matchup goes into the semifinals. Do stick with us here on TV1 as only 10 minutes separate us and the determining factor of who goes to the semifinals. We'll be right back. Welcome back to fourth quarter coverage of this matchup between the Gonzaga Vikings and the O'Donnell Patriots. These two teams exchanging blows in a heavyweight duel, with the victor going into the semifinal of the Hall of Fame Cup here, presented by the Newfoundland and Labrador Basketball Association. Coverage continues on TV1, so we're able to watch some impressive basketball between these two teams as Nick Luther and his Vikings strike first in the fourth quarter. And the full court press continuing to be troublesome for the Patriots. They're able to weather the third quarter storm, but now would like to get their footing back on this matchup as they work quite well once they break the press of the Vikings. In fact, in the half court, proven to be quite aggressive and quite successful. But there, on the other end, Simon Forward and his Gonzaga Vikings very successful since the halftime buzzer. And another potential turnover here. Cameron Tobin and his team looking to get back on track. But Matt Janes ends up traveling. So the score will remain 50-41. Patriots look to jump back on track and earn a couple stops on defense here. Simon Forward into Andrew Shears. Shears unable to get that basket to go. Good ball movement by the Patriots. Here's Janes over to Mark Rice. Mark Rice, a confident three-point shooter, and we've seen him hit several three-pointers in this matchup thus far. Here's Simon Forward, who had his go at it. But the shot rebounded by the Vikings, and now a scramble for the ball. The Vikings come back away with it. But the Patriots ultimately are going to come back and dribble the ball back across the half-court line. Davila and his Patriots need points in a hurry. Still 8 minutes left to go in this matchup, so tons of time for either team. Nevertheless, they've been stuck in the 30s and now the early 40s for quite a little bit of time, as the Gonzaga Vikings have extended this lead now to 11 points in double figures. Mark Rice will have his say at it now with his 2 free throws at the free throw line, missing the first. Do reach out on Twitter. Get my Twitter handle in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Got any shout-outs or comments you'd like to say for your favorite player? Do be sure to reach out here on the broadcast. That pass stolen by Alex Davila, and Janes, who had a wonderful attack, but his ball was stolen by butt of the Vikings. Matt Janes inside to Shears, who's out to Luther, and Luther is feeling it as he senses now's the go time, trying to get his team back higher up in the point differential. As we adjust our score of O'Donnell to match that of the game clock, 7 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Patriots now with the chance to bring this lead back down to single digits. Mark Rice off to James, now to Tobin and Davila. They work it around to Butt in the corner. Just wasn't able to get it to go. Vikings back the other way. That's Marshall. The rebound corralled by number 16, Cameron Tobin. Patriots, wonderful move to get inside, but a big block by Peter Moyes, blocking Janes. And a careless pass by Ryan Hunter gives another opportunity for the Patriots. Mark Rice splitting defenses left and right. Finds Davila, and Davila for his third, potentially fourth three-pointer of the morning matchup between these two teams. Gives his team a little bit of life as they cut back into this lead. It's only 8 now. Davila, one-on-one contest with him and Marshall. Does Luther have the answer? And yes, indeed, Nick Luther answering Alex Davila's three-point shot. These two teams trading baskets. And there, the pass disrupted, and it goes in favor of the Vikings. Substitutes now checking in for the Patriots, as well as the Vikings. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. The Vikings sitting on an 11-point lead as they look to do away with the Patriots. A step-back three-pointer for Kent Thornhill, not good enough. And the Patriots come back down the other way. Huffman over to Rice, who finds Tobin. Tobin finds Davila. Davila catch and shoot three-pointer, and it looked great from our angle, but wasn't able to go. And here's Luther, who draws the foul on Davila and will find himself now going to the free throw line for a chance at 2 free throws. Five TV1 is proud to present this live stream broadcast of the 2017 Hall of Fame Cup from the Powerplex here in St. John's. You can check out bell.ca/TV1 for the TV1 live webcast schedule and on-demand content. Also, You'll get information on TV1 live events available only to Bellline 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401. And how about Hunter Ryan looking to get his three-point shot on, but a foul away from the ball. Goes against the Patriots. So now they'll sub in number 13, Brandon Power. We'll have a timeout on the floor here from Parsons Court, number 3. Do join 5 TV1's Scott Squires as he chats with Cyril Looney on CTV's Sideline Scoop each Monday at 8:40 a.m. Atlantic, 9:10 a.m. Newfoundland time. Get up to date on Bellline 5 TV1's local sports coverage with Scott and Cyril. That's the Sideline Scoop, Mondays on CTV Morning Atlantic. And while you're at it, if you're interested, you can check out the new episode of 5 TV1's Champions Untold with host Raisa Lalani as she talks with well-known ice technician John Wall of Wall to Wall Ice. From China to Atlantic Canada, John has made ice all over the world. Hear his story on Champions Untold. 5 TV1, brought to you by Bell Alliant. As we come out of the timeout, Patriots looking to cut back into this lead. They were enjoying a comfortable lead at one point, but the full court pressure of the Vikings was able to secure a change of tide. And now the roles are reversed. Patriots, however, have a bunch of time to do it, just over 5 minutes, and we know that they can. Can the Vikings hold off the fourth quarter surge? Now another timeout being called on the floor. Take this time to let everyone know that you can watch Inside the AUS for a weekly look at the players, coaches, and administrators that make Atlantic University Sport the ultimate student-athlete experience. Inside the AUS is available on demand to Bellline 5 TV customers in Atlantic Canada and Channel 1, as well as Channel 401. You can also catch it online at bellline.ca/TV1. So after a double timeout, we'll come back to some action here in the fourth quarter. Just over 5 minutes left to go. We'll soon be entering crunch time as an 11-point lead is all but just a couple baskets away from being erased if the Patriots can have their way. As the crowd gathers in here and looks to watch the conclusion of this exciting matchup between the St. John's team and the Mount Pearl team. Patriots come away with that one, and they'll continue to go up against this full court pressure, but Hunter Ryan, a jump ball with him and Michael Huffman results in a jump ball that goes in favor of the Patriots. And there, number 10, Jarrett Butt forcing the turnover on Cameron Tobin. The Vikings now have another chance to extend this lead. Lead currently 11, 4 minutes and 38 seconds left to go. And the Patriots come away with that, a good defensive possession for them, as they've had multiple players attacking the rim to secure the rebounds. And there a pass to no one in the corner for Michael Huffman. And the Vikings catch a lucky break. A little bit of a gift offered by the Patriots. Ryan up to Thornhill for a deep three-pointer, perhaps fouled on the play, but the play will go on. And there, a foul going against Thornhill the other way. The Patriots now will have the ball on the sideline. Any one of these fouls next committed by either team surely will put them into the penalty. So they'll have to be careful as they go down to the final moments of this matchup. And you see the pace of this match stagnating, very much a concerted effort for both to focus in and dial in on defense. We've seen the offensive productivity dwindle for both. And it seems as if now, taking a look across some of the other courts, as this might be the last game here of the morning session that's going on. Don't know yet the scores of the other matches, so we don't know who else has made it into the semifinal. In any case, these two teams will continue their battle royale and their fight to get into the semifinal and potentially move onward to the final championship game, which will happen Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. Another pass deflected by the Vikings, and the Patriots find themselves on defense yet again. A long shot by Luther. Short, and Davila streaking back down the other way. They find a wide open Nick Reed underneath the hoop. And Janes, Matt Janes with the impressive jumping putback. Janes had a wonderful spark off the bench in the first quarter for his team. They could use his offensive productivity now. But pass out to Luther, and Luther just shooting relentlessly from three-point land, but hasn't been able to make one in his past couple attempts. The Patriots looking to come back the other way with their three-point shooting, but it doesn't prove to be successful. Oh, and a nice potential reverse layup for number 22, Andrew Shears. That shot was denied afterward, and the Patriots will have the ball. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in this matchup. Nine points being the difference. Patriots are gonna have to hurry. And a deflection, and Jared Butt of the Vikings deflects it. They swing it around to Ryan, who shoots. But a very quick offensive possession, which does certainly lead into the favor of the Patriots. The more time that they have possession with the ball, perhaps the better, as they'll be able to have good opportunities on offense. Mark Rice swinging the ball around. Here's Davila for three, and his three-pointer saved afterwards by Matt Janes. The Vikings find a wide open Shears underneath the hoop, and that basket there with just under 2 minutes left to go in the matchup puts the Vikings up by 11. They'll continue the full court pressure to try and ensure the victory, but with the Patriots unable to score on that possession there, it's going to make matters very, very difficult for them. If the Vikings score again, it might be too much to overcome. With just a minute and a half of action left of a very exciting matchup between the Patriots and the Vikings. A foul now in the open court going against number 10, Jared Butt. The Vikings still not in the penalty. Managed to get the ball over half. A minute and 20 seconds left to go. They're going to need to score in a hurry. And there's Janes stepping up in a big way. Vikings now holding on to the possession of the ball. Hunter Ryan attacking, a good fake. In fact, faking out 2 Patriot defenders, but unable to secure his footwork as he traveled on his spin move afterward. Patriots are gonna have to hurry. Full court pressure continues by the Vikings. They don't have a lot of time to get it over. They finally do to Janes, and Janes again has been making the most of his offensive touches, scoring on several possessions now and a trip to the free throw line where he can cut into this lead. We still have 55 seconds left to go. If Janes can hit his next free throw, he'll make it an 8-point game. It's still 3 possessions away, so Gonzaga certainly has quite a considerable buffer. And if they can play a clean basketball game the rest of the way, the Vikings very much could come away with this matchup. But the Patriots are hoping for some mistakes as well. But there, a defensive miscue allows Shears to be wide open for the Vikings. They put this lead back up to 10. 30 seconds left to go in the matchup. 10 points is the difference. And number 3, Matt Janes, attacking the basket yet again and finds himself one more time at the free throw line. Not giving up any ounce of hope. Janes at the line, unfortunately missing 2 in his last 3 shots. Unable to cut into this lead. And misses both here. And right now, the Vikings score, and even if they don't score, perhaps it might be too much for the Patriots to overcome. Hoping to put things away was Ryan. And there, that pass deflected, hitting a spectator right next to our microphone. 10 seconds left to go, and this contest is all but over. It was a valiant effort by the Patriots to try and take back the victory, but after giving up their lead against the Vikings, once they acquired it, never looked back. They used their defensive prowess in terms of a full court press and their trapping-like defense to force lots of turnovers on the Patriots as well to regain a lot of possessions. They played a great game, both teams in fact. With that, the Vikings will move into the semifinal. You can check that out on Bell TV 1, happening here at the Fieldhouse at 6:15 later on this evening, Newfoundland Standard Time. We'll stick around to see the players of the game awarded for each team. In any case, the Patriots will move on to the consolation round. That's going to be coming up in just about 3 hours here on Bell TV 1 at 3:15. It was an impressive matchup for both of these teams, having a good ups and downs on both sides, a game of runs and momentum. A pleasure to watch for the fans, and certainly a good game to watch in general. And for the Patriots, the player of the game, the three-point specialist, number 6, Alex Davila. And for the winning team, number 9, Hunter Ryan of the Vikings. And that just about does it here on the broadcast for this crossover section of the tournament. Do stick with us. Our next game happening here on TV 1 will be the consolation round happening on the ladies' schedule. Stick with us all this evening. We'll have 4 more games left to call here today. Can't wait to bring them to you. My name is Theo Sonoyev on behalf of the broadcast crew and our cameraman. I'd like to sign off here, and we'll come back at 1:30 p.m., which is just about an hour and 15. So go grab some lunch and join us again on Bell TV 1 for ongoing coverage of the Hall of Fame Cup here from the Powerplex. We'll be back in a while.
Gone.
Tie game.
It was gone.
No power.
No power.